And I bawled my eyes out in that breathwork session. And I just saw how important you were to me. I'm getting emotional. Welcome to the Mastery Experience. I'm your host, Francesca Sipma, and we are diving deep into mental mastery. This is where self-awareness meets peak performance. You're going to witness the truth behind personal development, emotional breakthroughs, dissolving triggers, getting into flow state, discovering purpose, and most importantly, mastering intuitive action. And we do this through a process called hypnobreathwork. This is your community committed to breaking behavior patterns, getting into alignment, pursuing excellence, and self-mastery. Let's do the work. This is the Mastery Experience. Emmil, my best friend and hypnobreathwork coach, welcome to the Mastery Experience.
Thank you for having me.
We start every show off with a question from our Mastery card deck. And your question today is, what is your definition of success?
Ooh, I feel like it changes, but that's a really good question.
Yeah.
I think right now my definition of success is feeling fulfilled in what I do and having really rich relationships and friendships.
I already have chills because I feel like this is something I've been evolving with, is the definition of success, because it's always been so conditioned for me. It's been external material things, you know, the traditional metrics of salary, of the status, of my title, of the promotions. And I think it was Sahil Bloom?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He, in his book, he talks about 5 types of wealth. And one of them was time freedom, like time wealth. And I was like, wait, you could give me all the money in the world, but if I was stuck doing something I don't want to be doing, or if I was like in a cubicle, I wouldn't be fulfilled. I wouldn't be happy. So my definition of success can't be wealth anymore. It's no longer wealth. And I think it's very similar to you now. It's rich and meaningful relationships, friendships. And with that being said, our friendship is probably one of my favorite things in my life.
Same.
We have such an epic friendship. We really do. And we have like the best walks. And we just talk about everything.
Yeah.
And I want to kind of give the audience almost like an expansion moment into what a really truly supportive and loving friendship can look like, because I don't feel like everyone is as lucky as we are to have each other in their lives. So let's talk about our friendship.
Yeah. I think what's so special about our bond and our friendship, I mean, there's so many things, but I really think there's so much emotional safety with us. I think we have, and we also have such a deep level of respect for each other. And we just feel it's really a safe space to just fully communicate authentically, honestly, just raw. And we're not afraid. There's no fear between us. We're not afraid of being judged or being perceived a certain way. And so I think that's what makes it so real, is that we're just able to express ourselves, and we want to hear each other's perspectives. We respect each other's perspectives. So I think that's ultimately what, you know, that's a huge determinant in a great relationship and a great friendship. I
don't know if this is true for you, but there was like a turning point for me in our relationship, and it came after conflict. Yeah. Do you feel closer after that? Yeah, I think that was a huge moment for us, for the both of us. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm glad, because we haven't actually, I've told you, but I didn't know if it changed for you. So I'll give everybody context. We had a friend in town, and I had an expectation. It was like it was a close friend to both of us for many years. And I had an expectation we were all going to go do things together and hang out. And I also have a wound of prioritization. And you didn't necessarily know that then. And there was a couple nights where I was like, okay, where are you? Like, are you guys here? Are you guys coming? And you guys sort of made other plans. And I felt like you blew me off, or you didn't communicate. And you were like, we didn't owe anybody anything. We didn't make concrete plans. Right. And you were kind of coming from the stance that I didn't think it was that big of a deal if I was there or not. Right. And my wound is, I don't ever think that my presence is important in a group, or that I'm, valued in that way. So we each had a totally different perspective and lens from our trauma and our wounds. Yes. So yeah. And your biggest thing, I would say, too, is like fear of being a burden.
Yes, my biggest fear is being a burden.
Yeah, and then mine is like needing to be a priority.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we didn't end up really seeing each other that weekend, and then it was like Sunday, and we all had plans to hang out, and it was so tense.
Yes.
And it was awful, and I was pretty directly...
You were pretty pissed.
I was pissed, and I wasn't hiding that.
Yeah.
And then I think that you had made a comment like, well, nobody needs to be upset because we didn't have set plans. And I was like, well, actually, I am upset.
Yeah.
And I will just never forget this. It was probably one of the biggest growth moments I've ever experienced. You just walked over to me and you were like, hey, you're important to me. And I was just diffused. I mean, I've never seen my temperature go down so fast. Like, you were just so soft. You had no ego about it. And I was hot. Like, I was really mad. And in that moment, I was just like, whoa, that was like some kind of witchcraft she just did on me. But then the next morning I did breath work. And I bawled my eyes out in that breathwork session. And I just saw how important you were to me. I'm getting emotional.
Yeah. We're both about to start crying now. Yeah.
But I just saw like you're like one of the most meaningful people in my life.
Oh.
And you've just added so much beauty and perspective to my life, and I'm just so grateful for our friendship.
I love you.
I've never cried on the show before.
I can't look at you right now. I'm going to start crying.
No, but I think it was really important for you to know that.
Yeah.
Because you were like, I didn't think it was a big deal. And I was like, I saw my mom, I saw Steph, and I saw you. Oh. And you were like, oh my God, okay. Like, and I just feel like our friendship took a turn.
Totally.
And so many times in life, you have conflict with someone and you think, oh, I guess that's it. And you just kind of cancel it and you don't navigate it. You don't work through it. And I don't think I had the tools or knew that you were supposed to work through friendship conflict, because that's not something that's discussed.
Yeah.
And then we saw somebody post one day that they went to therapy with their best friend, and you and I were like, that is so cool.
We would do that. Yeah.
We're like, that is the most progressive thing ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, talk about how you could come into a situation like that with so much like ease and grace and like understanding for me in that moment.
Well, in that moment, I just really saw you. I think I just saw how hurt, and I didn't realize I didn't realize how hurt you were and how in pain you were over it.
Yeah.
And I think I just felt so bad that I caused that, and so I wanted to make things right. I wanted to apologize because it was never my intention. Like we said, we each had our different wounds, and in that moment I just saw past the anger. I saw like hurt, and so I wanted to just like come to you one-on-one without anybody hearing us or being involved, and just tell you that you're a priority and you're one of the most important people in my life. You always will be. And yeah, I think it was just it's all down to communication and really just putting ego aside and expressing how you feel. Like, if I was hurt, I feel safe enough to approach you and be like, look, this really hurt my feelings. This was my perspective, and this is how I felt, and this is my lens, and then I want to hear your side as well. And that's how you navigate conflict, and it makes you stronger. I mean, if both sides are receptive, I think that's the key, right? I think both sides need to be on that same page.
And I realized how upset and angry I was at you guys, like what felt like blowing me off, or like didn't come meet up with us or prioritize other friends or whatnot. And I knew that was mine because it wasn't proportionate to the event, right? And so that's why I knew that next day I was like, wow, I came in pretty hot to that, like to those drinks or whatever, and I need to do breath work on this because I don't like the way I carried myself. I don't like the energy that I brought into the room. Like, I was pretty cold and mean. And so when I did breath work, I was like, oh my God, it's because she means so much to me. Like, that really hurt me so much.
Yeah.
And I think that the willingness, to kind of go into those uncomfortable emotions when you're the one who was reactive and you played a part in it too, I think that's really important to heal and to get into a better place. Because the thing about us is, like, we're so different.
So different, yeah.
We are so different. And we have different views. We have different, like, values. We have, like, there's so many differences between us, but we like it.
Yeah.
It's like you open my mind to things. Like I love like same. Even your like political activism. I'm like, okay, explain it to me. Like tell me, you know, like what is going on? And I feel like if more people saw those differences as opportunities for growth, which you and I find every single thing to be an opportunity for growth.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's just like it's just such a rich friendship. And I'm I'm so grateful for it.
I'm so grateful for you.
Well, I want to talk about somebody else that we're both very grateful for, and we started studying this year, and that was David Ghiyam.
Okay, I wasn't expecting this. Yeah.
Well, it's been a big part of our year.
Yeah. Yes.
We dove deep.
I know. We really we got a little obsessed for a time. We're like, let's have dinner and talk about our lessons.
Yeah. We did Kabbalah 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then we listened to every single podcast. And then we did like the prosperity course. And then we did the infinite soul. And I feel like it significantly changed me. Mm-hmm. And you needed it too, because you were going through a lot of other things in your life too. Yeah. So let's talk about Kabbalah and the impact it's had.
Sure, let's do it.
The biggest impact it had on me was when he said, reactivity is taking energy that you didn't earn.
Ooh, yes.
And I was like, whoa, I do that a lot. And how do I be more like the light? How do I respond instead of react? And that's been a really big growth moment for me. What would you say has been your biggest lesson with Kabbalah?
I think it was the soul correction stuff that was really the way. I mean, I only have had Kabbalah experience through David Ghiyam. I haven't really listened to any other teacher. So the way he talked about soul corrections and how to correct them and what were, that was huge for me. Yeah. That it's really just trauma. Like we give it different words, and he calls it a soul correction, but it's really just trauma and recognizing your wounds. And it starts with self-awareness, and then it's dissolving that. And that's where breathwork comes into play for me, at least, is just really getting to the root of those issues and addressing them and consistently taking intuitive action. Yeah. Like you always say. So I think, that was the biggest thing for me.
So when he says soul correction, he's talking about like we came into this lifetime because we had these specific wounds or pain points to heal. And that is what our journey is throughout this life, essentially. And he calls them these tickuns. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And you and I would call each other and be like, hey, like, what's my blind spot? Like, what do you think my tycoon is?
Yeah. What's my biggest blockage? And then we go hard on each other.
Well, we did the other day and you're like, okay, we're kind of being mean to each other. We need to stop.
But we loved it. It was so good. Yeah.
Because so many people, when you're on the spiritual journey, it's like a lot of the catalyst for growth. For me, it's been entrepreneurship and then also in my relationship with Steve. But then I have my friendships where I just appreciate the directness and the honesty. And like you said, the safety to be able to kind of explore yourself. Have there been any things that I kind of pointed out to you that you were like, I don't really like that?
Oh, I don't really like that? Yeah. I mean, hearing about your biggest blockages is not fun, but it's like, it's necessary. I think for me, what was the recent one where we were like, what's my biggest blockage? And I think
stubborn.
Yeah. You said stubborn and then something around probably dating. I don't know. Something around my...
Oh yeah. You're very blocked when it comes to dating. That is true.
Yes, thank you. This is so fun for me to hear. I think I've come a long way, and it's still I'm still a work in progress in a lot of areas, especially that area. But I don't think it's fun to hear your blockages, but it's important, and that's a part of a really good friendship too. Is like being you. I know it's coming from a place of love with you, and I'm secure enough to take it and really take it in and be very mindful of it and keep it at the top of my head. So. Yeah. That is just another element of our friendship that I really appreciate, actually.
Well, I want to actually ask you about, because you are not from the breathwork space. Like, you have a completely different career in research, and you come from a very analytical, logical, scientific background. And then the breath can get, while we are now definitely science-backed.
Yes.
It comes with more conceptual. Sometimes it feels ethereal. Sometimes it just feels very kind of floaty and less grounded. Tell us a little bit about your occupation and then how you kind of live in both worlds?
Yeah. So I come from a very logical, like data background, and I work in clinical operations and research and Alzheimer's research specifically. And I've been doing that for a while now, and I love it. I love science. I've always been a science geek and science nerd. So it's very different than obviously the spiritual, like very woo-woo side of me that, you know, that's into breath work and meditation and all that. But I think now obviously people are catching up and it's becoming more mainstream, and it's obviously research is being done around these areas, and there's a lot of science. It's science backed now, including hypnobreathwork. So that it's a good time to be in both worlds, but it's definitely still a challenge. I think I am so conditioned to really think just very logically and very data backed. Like if I don't have proof of something, it's really hard for me to just step into my imagination and really expand my mind and stretch my mind in that way. And that's why breath work has been instrumental in my expansion and me also just seeing myself, I don't have to stick to one lane in life. Like I can do multiple things. That was a big thing in the cert for me, because my whole life I thought I can only be good at one thing, like professionally, and I can't, that's just the ceiling, right? And I didn't really think about that for others, actually. I just thought that for myself, but it was a self-limiting belief that I dissolved in the cert, actually, where I just was like, no, I can do multiple things that feel me. So
And one of the things that came out of sort of your creative visions and downloads in the cert was a retreat.
Yes.
So tell me about the retreat that's coming up.
Yes. So during the cert, which was incredible, I saw the whole idea and concept of hosting a breathwork retreat with Steph in Oaxaca, Mexico for 4 days. And I just saw both of us facilitating breath work and just bringing a really special group of people together to expand and to grow and to have like a really beautiful time in a great location. And and then it kind of the Eudaimonia Club came from that as well. That was all through the cert. So breathwork is the best thing for creativity for sure.
And what does eudaimonia mean?
So it's Greek for human flourishing. I also am a little bit of a philosophy geek, so anything like Socrates, Plato, anything philosophy, I love. So that is just a term I've always loved what that means. It's just, you know, in pursuit of a human being in pursuit of growth and happiness and you know, doing something worthwhile with their lives and meaningful. So
And what are you hoping that the group of people who come together for the hypnobreathwork reset retreat will get out of it?
I really hope they are able to unblock themselves and just really eliminate fear and ego and anything holding them back from that one thing that they just want so bad but can't seem to get, like whether it's that dream relationship, whether it's that dream career, whether it's like whatever it is, if it's, you know, children, just getting that just that one step away from that thing. I think that would be a dream come true, to see people elevate and unblock their lives in that way.
Step into their power and also just be in the energy of the community. There's really nothing like it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And because our sessions are all geared around the intuitive action step, that creates a different kind of momentum. It's not just this internal cathartic experience. They're actually going out there and they're getting it. They're living up to their potential. They're having the hard conversations. They're making the big moves, right? And I think that when you're in a group of like-minded people, it's a lot easier to have that accountability, to have that drive and feel that self-motivation to do better things. So I'm excited for you guys to have this retreat coming up.
Thank you. Yes, I'm so excited.
So you know that I'm going to be taking you through a little hypnobreathwork journey today.
Yeah. Do we have a topic? Like, what's the focus?
You tell me. What is it that you need, and I will customize that experience for you.
Why don't you, I mean, since you know my life so well, why don't you pick what I need?
No problem, Em. You gave me full permission, and I'm going to take that and run with it.
Do it.
Yes. Let's do it.
still discombobulated. That was insane. You're so good. I forget how amazing you are.
Well, that was a curated playlist with
that was
very
incredible.
Customized vocal cues for you.
The music, the vote, like everything was customized. You really wanted to hit me right in the center.
Okay, let's break down sort of the 3 themes of the session.
Yeah.
What did it feel like when I said leading with intuition?
That felt really good, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, that felt really, I think I've been doing that a lot lately. So that felt just very natural.
Good.
I think with the retreat, I need to get out of my corporate job mind and stop, freaking out about or being hesitant around if people will sign up and worried about the numbers or the money or all of that, and just really come back to a pure intention of being of service.
Yes.
And wanting it to be the best experience. And if you build it, I kept seeing, if you build it, they will come.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that was,
I mean, I try to say this to all the coaches, like launches where your ego goes to die.
Totally.
I've very rarely, it's been 6 years of building a breathwork coaching business, and I've never had a launch where I didn't want to quit.
Oh yeah. Like in every step of the process, you're just like, what am I doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do I stop? Is this silly? Do I look insane right now?
Yeah.
But yeah.
But it's a growth opportunity.
Totally.
And for a lot of the coaches, it's a growth opportunity into your creativity, because it pushes you to show up online, to get creative in your messaging, to be more vulnerable in your marketing, to show up on camera. It's evolving you to create a business in all of these ways if you lean into it and stop creating from your ego.
Exactly.
And start doing it from service.
Yes, totally. I agree.
Okay, so my second theme for the session was financial freedom and feeling that abundance. And how did that feel? Could you get there?
Yes, I think, I mean, yeah, with you facilitating, absolutely. I think that felt really liberating, and just honestly, I felt joy in that segment. That was a really powerful one, especially the cues. I can't remember what you said around.
I was saying shopping sprees, travel, generosity,
being generous with your family.
I knew
and
that
friends.
one would get you.
Yeah, that one really got to me. That was like, that's my dream come true. Is being able to give and make the people that I love the most happy, and see them, happy and healthy.
So I did it in that way because I think when you come from a science background, the how always kind of takes the forefront.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I want you to feel the abundance through intuition. I don't want you to get there linearly, logically. Okay, well, it's got to be 6 of these, 2 of these, 4 of this, promotion, 3% raise, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Let go of all of it.
Yeah.
Get into that vibration of having that generosity, of having that freedom, of having that safety. I said investments, I said all of these assets, all these things. Just feel that, and then let go of the how. Let the universe show you how. Let it be more magical than you could have, and easier and more in flow than you could have ever imagined.
Yeah.
And then, out of my own sick humor, the third cue.
Yeah, I knew that was coming too. I could feel it in my soul. I was like, she's going to go there.
Yeah, I went there, and I took it too far just to see where you would land.
You took it all the way.
I took it all the way there. Yeah. I said, what would it feel like to prioritize a man?
Oof. I know. Because what I said yesterday was inconvenient. Yeah. Yeah, I've been operating from that mode. No, what's really interesting? That something different happened in that session where for the first time I felt that a man and a partner could really add a lot of value to my life and help me expand and grow even further. I think I knew that on an intellectual level, but I never felt it in my body, if that makes sense. Like I knew, okay, yeah, sure, the right partner brings out the best in you, and that's the way it is. A healthy partnership or a healthy relationship just brings the best version of you to the forefront. But I never felt it. So that was the first time I felt it in a breathwork session. So kudos to you. You had your work cut out for you.
You know that a few months ago, my partner, Steve, did a breathwork session with you. He came to your class and he completely opened his heart to me. He said he saw that there was 10% he was still reserved and holding back on, and to just let it all go and to tell me. And it really shifted him, and it shifted our relationship. And we've been so in love, and it was so wild. And I feel like I just gave a gift to your future partner.
You did. Yep, you did.
And now we're even.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think it was, I've always known, like, okay, I could add so much value to a man. Like,
obviously
he would totally elevate, but I never saw it the other way around. Yeah. Which is why, like, the whole year I've been approaching dating, like, oh, this person's calling me again. This person's texting. Why? Like, it's wasting my time, or it's a distraction.
Yeah.
And it's really not. The right person is going to be great and is worth investing in. So,
I mean,
we can step over right there.
With that being said, the guy that is kind of calling you a lot, did he come up? Is he a contender? No, he's out. All right.
No.
Okay, cool. All right.
No one specifically came up. It was more just about me. It was just,
yeah.
And then also self-trust came up a lot throughout every cue.
Yeah.
It's just trusting myself and, like, getting rid of or tuning out the outside noise. I think I grew up just really taking into account outside noise. I'm the last of 7.
Yeah.
So a lot of times for a big part of my life, I kind of let others think for me, or I just thought others' opinions really were more important than my own. But I'm obviously, the last few years, I've definitely been thinking for myself and acting in a way that feels true to myself and in alignment with my values. So,
and I think you had more of an uphill battle than most, just from cultural conditioning.
Yeah, totally.
But I've seen you, even how you worked through your recent promotion, and you just stayed so steady, and you just kept believing, head down, focused work. Like, you believed that if you just kept that path, despite what all of us were saying.
I know.
And you did that.
Yeah. So that's, I saw that I need to do more of that. Like, I know what's truly right.
Yeah.
And I just need to follow that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next action step?
It was interesting. It was to, read more books around finance and financial well-being and health and investments. So I never would have thought, I mean, I did, but I never saw it as like a next action step for me. And then maybe taking like a master class or something.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
Yeah.
I have a class on this, actually, because when that came, I had that intuitive action step, I want to say 3 years ago, and I think I read 7 or 8 finance books, like Tony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki.
Poor Dad.
Yeah,
right?
In 2 weeks. And I just like tried to get all this knowledge, and then I flipped it into a hypnobreathwork session and taught on saving and investing and assets and crypto and these different things, and then took people through a hypnobreathwork journey to see what their next action was. And for Steve, it was to max out his 401k, and for me, it was to start a Charles Schwab account and start investing in low index funds. And I mean, both of those things, we looked at our accounts the other day and we're like, I can't believe we did that from that one breath work. And
that's amazing.
It's just crazy how it's compounded over the last 3 years. So that will be our session recommendation today. It's called Wealth Hypnobreathwork, and you can actually find that one on my website, francescasipma.com. And obviously, I'm going to send it over to you, as well as a list of books.
Yes, I would recommend. That was going to be my next.
It's the number one book I would actually recommend is Tony Robbins' Unshakable.
Really? Okay.
Yep, that one.
Is there one that blends the like financial well-being with like spirituality?
There's Psychology of Money, which is known to be a really great book. And I was listening to a book recently, and it's not, there's no tactics, and it's not really educational, but it's expansive as hell. And I think it's called Rich as Fuck.
Oh.
She's really cool.
Okay.
Yeah, she's super casual, but it was just so expansive, and she gets into the nitty gritty, and she's really vulnerable about her own experience, and it just kind of opens and expands your mind. So another topic for our walks.
Oh yeah, I have a lot.
Yes. Thanks for making me cry for the first time on the show. I love you so dearly.
I love you so much. Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. Let's go get sushi.